Okay, I had no plans on making an introduction to this video, but I felt the need to. It is the longest video I've made so far on my channel, about 30 minutes, and with just cause. You clicked on the thumbnail, you know what it's about. It's about the USS Massachusetts in Battleship Cove. I went there 2 years ago. I made a video, and I thought I taught it pretty good, but no, I didn't even come close. I did not realize just how many levels to this ship there is that I must have went down 4 or 5. To the part where it says you cannot go any further. I didn't realize about the hospital and the base. Now, obviously, it's wartime. People are going to get injured, and they got to be treated. Didn't even think about an operating room, dentist chair. How many months they're out there, and they must just need regular maintenance. The technology rooms, breaking down the communications, the torrents, how they operate those 16-inch guns, everything. I just kind of blew by, just didn't even pay attention to, or didn't even know it was there, or to tour around, didn't even know you had access to it. I tried to get more this time. That video I made 2 years ago was my most watched video at about 25,000, and for me and my channel, that's a lot. So I wanted to return the favor and try to get more in depth. I wanted to get more to show for those of you that can't travel right now with the pandemic, or maybe never been and you want to see more. So I really hope you enjoy it. And if there's sections that you're really not interested in, just skin around, just do what you want to do, scan through the video. But I do hope you check it out. I do hope you enjoy it, and let's see what we see. That's right. We are back at the Battleship Cove, USS Massachusetts. Okay, so there are a few ships here. Of course, the big one, the USS Massachusetts. Then we have the USS Joseph P. Kennedy, Jr. The submarine, the USS Lionfish. A Soviet-built missile corvette, the Hidden Sea. And the little speedy PT cruisers, PT boats. PT cruiser. Okay. We are going to start on Big Meme first. We're going to start on the USS Massachusetts. Okay, so I want to preface my video by saying this. I have never served in the military. I do want to thank all of you that have had, still do. The time, everything that you put in provides all of us the security and the freedom to do everything we're doing, including making this video today. I'm also not somebody who's nautical, so I don't know all the terms. I don't know all the military terms. I'm not a war buff, military buff, World War II buff. So I want to apologize in advance if I happen to not use the right terminology, mispronounce or anything like that. I had a couple of cringe moments that I was called upon in the last video. I'll try to do better this time. All right, let's get this tour going and let's have a little bit of fun. Now, we are still in the pandemic, but when I'm not around people, I am outdoors. I will take the mask off, but there are going to be times when the mask has to go on. We're coming up to the USS Massachusetts. Let me show you the walk-in. Again, look at this ship. Now, when I made my last video, my last video of doing this tour was the most watched video or most views that I've had. A lot of people interested, a lot of comments, so I wanted to come back and have a little bit of fun and I don't know, do a return visit. But look at it. I mean, I am still I am still just enamored by it. It is incredible. You got to see what I see. Now, I've had a lot of comments from people that have come here, that want to come here. They just come here regularly and they haven't been. Maybe due to the pandemic, moved away, or just can't travel right now. So it was really cool to bring that back to some people. And I wanted to do the same. All right, one of the things I caught some heck for, and rightfully so, I called this a bullet. I knew the term shell, but at the time, look, I'm just being honest, all right? At the time, I was just kind of overwhelmed by the situation I was in. But look at it. Oh my God, the size of that shell. Look at the head. or the tip. The 3 turrets house all important 16-inch guns. Also inside were men, mechanics, and enormous projectiles required to launch the shot. So all the technology involved with just shooting one of these. The amount of calculations, energies, shooting one of these 16-inch barrels. Holy cow. If I was a bigger channel, I could do like a live one. Kind of listen to the comments of what you want to see or where you want me to go. But unfortunately, YouTube doesn't have that turned on for the smaller channels, or else I would. Look at that. I was looking at it from the drone coming down. It is just amazing. The size, just the mere size of this ship is so incredible. Here's some information on all the technology. That's not the camera, that's the sign that's crooked. Even the chain to anchor this baby. Look at this. Look at that anchor. I don't know how often it docked, but when it did, look at that thing. The amount of firepower and the arsenal that is on this ship. The bunks. Look at that. I'm going to try to not focus on me as much. I want you to get the tour of this ship. I'll try to do some commentary when I can, but mostly this is going to be a look-see. We're all just kind of looking around. What's nice is they have a UI here and the whole diagram of the ship. Check that out. All right, we're really going to test out the low light of the Osmo Pocket 2 or Pocket 2 here today. Let me just check out here first. All right, this is just the entrance. The one that I tried to come in, it's locked off. What's nice when you come here too is they have all of these informational boards. If I'm going by too quick, let me get a good shot of them so you can pause or do a slow run through them. And then the list, all the names from the U.S. Army Air Corps from all the counties around here. These names go on and on. You have got to appreciate it. You really do. And they go on around the corner. Thank you. Medal of Honor winners. you know, one of these times I got to take the actual tour. Go through the tour guide and really understand the full aspects, because everything I'm learning just by seeing. There's so much more information in these tours that are just explained here. Look at these names, they just keep on going. Okay, when I tell you these are steep, I don't know if it's coming through across. We have a maintenance room. Got a drill press in there. Post office. I'll check that out. Oh, wow. White canvas hat. Officer's hat. Aviator badge. Sleeve stripes. The more stripes, the higher the rank. The rating badge. Look at this. Oh my goodness. Some of the actual some of the earplugs. I'd imagine you need it shooting off those guns. There's a model of it. Look at this. And these are all the men of the USS Massachusetts. Many of them helped build her, and all of them served on this nation's with they served their nation with unselfish honor as they took their ship from the sands of North Africa to the trackless wastes of molten islands in the vast Pacific Ocean to the final victory of peace. This list of names goes on around this center. I just want to repeat myself and say again, I cannot do full justice to all the history that this ship and all that served on it has done. I just can't. But I respect it. Look at these quarters. This was something I definitely wanted to get in this video.
And the condition zebra was set, and getting a little daylight, and the admiral came on and gave a speech to the ship. And he said, I do not want anyone to fire a shot on either the enemy ship.
Quiet room. Dispensary. Prescriptions were filled here. Sick bay. Got physical exams in that room. And the hospital. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I said, that's a neat deal. I'll come up and help.
When you think about it.
Get this turkey in. Yeah, he brought it up. We'll put it in steam sterilizer. After the experiment, it cooked in about 20 minutes.
Isolation room. Oh, imagine being in that top bunk right underneath the venting there. Oh, another you are here. Okay. Dentist. Holy cow. Okay, this video is getting a little bit more in depth than the last one, and I'm very happy about that.
I took it over the ACM this week, and I was delighted to see that
The Morse code communications.
saying USS Massachusetts proceeded to US
Look at all this. Again, I apologize. I'm trying to make this video less about me and more about the tour of the ship. So I'm trying not to interject as much as I can, but it is as much overwhelming, if not more, than last time. We're going down again. I think this is the 4th trip down. This is where they would load it. The shell will go on these rollers. From where they're stored, out to here. Down again? Holy crap. This is the lowest part of the ship you can see. No access to lower levels. I'll be honest, I'm like 5 levels down to begin with. So I'm not sure how much lower I could go. Definitely feeling a little cooler down here. It's not bad though. I'm getting a workout. I'm not lying to you. This is definitely a workout. And down here, getting in and out of these rooms, let me show you. It's like a 2.5 foot lift over each, which doesn't sound like much, but let me tell you something. It can be. Okay, here we go. Watch this. Look at them all. So stored and loaded to get into those guns. Okay, so I'm gonna have to look it up, but they said how many men it took to operate each turret, and it wasn't a how did they word it? Each turret was independently able to angle. So whatever amount of men it took to operate that turret, times that by 3 for each one. The amount of organization and operational that had to go into firing one of these. I mean, I know it's obvious, don't get me wrong, but when you think about every person's duty that it took to get this ship flowing at full capabilities. Talk about being on the same plan, the same routine, the same understanding of what it takes to get these to go. Got the gyro, and look at the amount of controllers. Technology. We're gonna leave the USS Massachusetts, hit the sub, and then we'll call that a tour. I would love to tour all these ships. This would be an hour-long video. I don't know if you had the time and patience. I would love to do it. I don't know if the time today. We might have to make a part 3 and do it even more detailed. But I am so amazed at how much more we got out of this one, how much more we've seen and learned out of this one than we did on the first one. let's head on over to the sub. We'll do a little tour of that one because the cramped quarters of the sub is another thing that just, it really blows my mind when you think about time served on it, the close quarters, and the respect for each other's space without irritating. That's all I can think of. Maybe that stuff never entered their mind. Or maybe that's all that entered their mind. Now, I mean no disrespect to the Kennedy, the PT, but I wanted to just really get on the lionfish again. Here's the view. And the exit. Let's get over to the entrance. And we will tour this sub from front to back. Try not to miss anything. I really don't feel like, matter of fact, I know I didn't get everything on the USS Massachusetts in the first 2 visits, and I got much more this visit than I did the last one. All right, here's the entrance to the lionfish. Let's do this.
Second attack with the torpedo data computer in the conning tower. The third sub we fired at and missed, the only answer they could come up with was a faulty torpedo.
What's so nice is how they have these monitors set up with people that actually served on it, giving you real life what had happened on these missions. Look at the size of these torpedoes. Okay, check this out.
The Japanese skipper
So there's the tip.
was real smart. He stayed right on course.
Look at it. I mean, I don't know, like 20-something feet, I'm guessing? Great. More step-ups. Okay, so the dining room. Holy crap. Imagine cooking in this. And look at the entrances. I mean, I know the USS Massachusetts was tight, but when you get onto the lionfish on the sub, it is so much more. Okay, here's where I was saying about the bunks and how tight-knit. And I received a comment explaining to me that these were warm beds. So the cycle of shifts with the people that were serving, it was one out, one in. So it was a constant rotation going on. I mean, it had to be. These subs had to be fully operational 24/7. Here's how you steered it. The amount of training and understanding what it took to operate one of these machineries, you really have to give credit. Transmissions room. Look at this. Look at this little rabbit hole. Okay, all I can imagine is during wartime, emergency situation, trying to run through these without destroying your knees and smashing your head. Because here I am. I'm thinking I am a bit fatter than the average seaman. Maybe not as well as shape, but squeezing through these, not as comfortable. So here's the galley. And the mess hall. Okay, I guess you had to have some fun on. That is cool. Okay. Look at this. The engine that powered this magnificent sub. All right, I'm gonna try to do like a slow pan of this for you. You can still smell it. The fuel, the machinery.
The submarine's propellers were driven by electrical motors, with the electric power provided by 4 Fairbanks Morse diesel engines, 2 of which were located in each of the 2 engine rooms. The diesel engines drove generators which produced the electric power needed for propulsion and other purposes. If the submarine had been submerged for an extended period and needed to surface briefly to freshen the air in the boat, the diesel engines would be started just as the main deck broke the surface, and the hatches in the fore and aft torpedo rooms would be opened. Within 1 minute, the powerful suction caused by the diesel engines would bring fresh air into every compartment. When you have completed your tour of the
Oh, these come in handy. It gets even tighter, if you can imagine. Now, I might not be too smart for wearing my backpack, but I had to take my camera gear. Another torpedo room. Okay, check this out. They have a torpedo cut out so you can understand the breakdown of everything that goes into them. When you look at how mechanical these are, I mean, obviously they have to be, but I'm just saying. And here's where they put them in. Shot them out. Alright, so that's all I have for today's video. Coming this second time, I learned so much more, and I'm sure if I came a third and fourth, I'd get even more out of it, which maybe I will. But if you did enjoy it, which I hope you did as much as I did, give me a thumbs up. If you want to comment or discuss anything about it, hit me up below. And if you like the video, you want to see more, subscribe. I'll catch you next time. Thank you, and later.